like I need to share stuff with all my family, because times seem to be getting pretty serious. Like, I want to start this off with a question. Like, when you apply for things like your driver's license, pretty much anything, marriage license, they have a box on there and they force you to check it before you can even turn in your application. And in that box it says, I am a United States citizen. And like, if you go to get your driver's license and if you don't check that box, they're not going to give you a driver's license. They're going to force you to check that box. Like, ma'am, sir, you forgot to check the box that says you're a United States citizen. Have you ever even thought about that? Why they force you to check that box? And why does it not give you an option? Like, an American. Why isn't there a box that you can check that just says you're an American instead of a United States citizen? Why is that? Have you ever thought of that at all? And the reason I'm bringing this up is it was a Facebook post that that Holly shared, and let me find. Holly shared something on Facebook. It says, "This is the warning you get from Facebook when you try to post how to legally decline a vaccination without being belligerent." And you know, Facebook has this thing, independent fact checkers at lead stories say this post has false information. To help stop the spread of false news, a notice will be added to your post if you decide to share this. And then at the bottom, I doubt you'll be able to see it, but I'll show it the best I can. According to U.S. Supreme Court ruling, U.S. citizens can be made to take vaccinations. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a lot of stuff going around talking about forced vaccinations over this pandemic. And I'm sorry to offend you, but if you still believe that this is a real thing and it's not planned, you are not paying attention. Why does it say that U.S. citizens can be forced to take these vaccinations, but it doesn't say Americans? Why does it not say Americans can be forced to take these vaccinations? And this is what I want to explain to you guys. And of course, I'm not an attorney. I'm just a truck driver and a carpenter and a YouTuber. I'm not an attorney. I don't claim to be. I don't even really claim to notice or to know all the facts about law. I don't have time to really even sit around and really study law into depth, but I do know the basics. And one thing I know is the difference between an American versus a U.S. citizen by definition, by law definitions. And this is what I want all of my friends and family members to understand, because things are getting serious. Once they start forcing vaccinations and all this stuff, they can force you to stay in your house, force you to stay home and not go to work. things are getting serious and you're losing your rights. And I want to give you my opinion of why I believe that Americans are losing their rights. While I'm out unstrapping my load, I want you to get on Google or whatever search and type in UCC 1-308 all rights reserved, and Google that or search it in some search engine and just read as much as you can about it, because in these times of our lives, it is very important for people, Americans, to be Americans again and take back your rights, because once they're gone, you know, once they're gone, they're gone. You gotta shed blood to get them back, you know, and God doesn't want you to lose what He gave you and have to shed blood to get it back, you know. So, when you reserve your rights with UCC 1-308, all rights reserved, what rights are you reserving? I gotta back up. That's a very good question right there. What rights are you reserving? Another question is, if this is the supreme law of the land and this was created to protect your God-given rights, why on earth would you have to reserve it, you know? Because of hidden contracts. You sign contracts and you've checked that box that you're a United States citizen. That's why. Because when you become a United States citizen, you're no longer an American. Get it? So now I want you to Google or type in a search engine, the United States is a corporation. Another good one to read about. Because when you check that little box that says U.S. citizen, you have just became a citizen of the United States Corporation. Alright, I want to make this very simple for you guys. As simple as I can. And I'm mind blown right now because I actually own the Uniform Commercial Code. You can see at the top when I purchased it. And look at the price. Look at the price. $890 on Amazon. I did not pay that much. But I do own it. So I own like a $900 law book. But this is about the simplest way I can explain this. When you're an American, this is your law. This is the supreme law of the land. When you're born an American, this is your law. This protects your God-given rights. People have died for this. Bloody, violent battles to create this book. When you're a United States citizen, when you check that box, this is your law. The Uniform Commercial Code. When you sign that, when you check that box that you're a US citizen, you just basically put yourself under commercial law. There's a difference. American, law of the land, United States citizen, commercial law. This is your law book. Dude, that's crazy. $890. I gotta send Holly a freaking screenshot of this. Holy crap. That is insane. That was a good investment. I think I want to say I paid around $200 for it. Dang, right? So I basically made $600 off of a book. Dang right. Send this to Holly. here's some fuel. Running low. Fuel station isn't exactly meant for trucks like this, but to this place I'm going, this is the only choice I have on the way there. So when I get this low, I'm low on choices when I'm going to this place. Fill up the right side tank. Alright, so it takes about 15 to 20 minutes literally to fill up one tank at this gas station, because the pumps are made for cars or smaller trucks, not really big trucks like this. So it takes a while. Man, there's so much more I'd like to talk about. I mean, I'd like to even get into like the law dictionary and the law definitions, the way that they trick you into these commercial contracts. The first commercial contract they get you with is they're actually get your parents, is your birth certificate. And then you have more commercial contracts like your checking account, your bank account, your driver's license, anything where you check a box basically that says that you're a United States citizen, US citizen. A traffic ticket is a commercial contract. I'd like to get into all that and explain how, like, driving, for instance, the word driving is a commercial term. If you're personally going somewhere in your personal property, you're traveling by definition. Driving is a commercial word, like truck driver, cab driver, bus driver. It's all commercial by terms. Law, any contract that is not fully explained to you and there's hidden things in that contract that you don't know about, that contract is null and void. You can get out of it. Let me read this. It's freedomschool.com. The United States is a corporation. We are not living in a country with a government of the people, by the people, for the people. But we are part of a giant corporation, the United States Corporation. And the president of that corporation is like the CEO of that corporation. He's not the president of America. He's the president of the United States. Two different, total different things. Also, I've learned that America is the country. United States is only Washington, D.C. That is the United States. And the White House is basically the United States office building where the president of this United States corporation lives. He's not your president. He's not Americans' president. He's not my president. He is the president of a corporation. Only a corporation has a president. A country might have a king or something like that, but not a president. Some other commercial terms besides driving is traffic and passenger, like passenger plane, passenger bus, traffic like traffic court, trafficking, you know. That's kind of how they get you with these law definitions, and I guess I would have to make a whole nother video on that, because if I keep going, I don't know, I think I'd just lose y'all. If you would like me to do more videos on this, I would love to share my research and my opinions. There's so much you can learn and research, like the difference between a law, the difference between like law and statutes, and the difference between legal and lawful definitions in like the regular Webster's dictionary versus a law dictionary like Black's Law. With Black's Law, you definitely want, it's kind of like the Bible, you want the oldest one you can find. The most important thing about this video is to learn how to enforce this in court. You cannot enforce this in a commercial court, so you have to learn the difference between a common law court and a commercial court. Like a traffic court, if the name of the court has a commercial definition, like traffic court, you're in a commercial court. When you sign a traffic ticket, that is a commercial contract. So these contracts, you have to learn to reserve your common law rights, your God-given rights. And when you reserve your common law rights with UCC 1-308, all rights reserved, then you put yourself back under common law, which is your God-given rights protected by the Constitution. People don't understand that, so they go to a commercial court and they bring up their constitutional rights, and they don't understand why it doesn't work, because you can't use this in a commercial court. You only use this in a common law court, which is basically the Supreme Court, pretty much. So if you end up in a commercial court, you reserve your rights, and then you're no longer under their jurisdiction, then they have to send you to, you know, a common law court for the people, you know. Anyway, I hope I didn't screw this information up. And I hope everybody watching actually, instead of arguing like a lot of people want to do, they want to argue about everything, instead actually do your research and look these things up and really learn your rights and how to uphold, how to really want to learn how to enforce your rights under the protected by the Constitution. And no judge or police officer or lawyer or any of these people are going to do it for you. You have to learn it yourself and enforce it yourself. Or if you don't know your rights, you don't have rights, pretty much. No one is going to protect your rights. The president of a corporation isn't going to save you and give you your rights back. You have to learn to enforce it. And let me read one more thing I want to read. This really pisses me off that this isn't enforced. Let me see. In 2004, this is in the Constitution booklet. No one knows this. In 2004, Public Law 108-447, Section 111, was passed requiring the following. Each educational institution that receives federal funds for a fiscal year should hold an educational program on the United States Constitution on September 17th of such year for the students served by the educational institution. That to me sounds like public school, right? Federal fund, funded. So why aren't they teaching this in school? Why does no one even know? Most 90% of the people in America don't even know this book exists. And the kids, you're supposed to take a class on it every year on September 17th. Let me see. I thought it said for a week. Each federal agency or department shall provide educational and training materials concerning the United States Constitution to each employee on September 17th of each year. Federal agency or department. So that's your police. That's everyone. You're supposed to study the Constitution every year. In keeping with these congressional mandates, recent presidents have solicited help from federal and local government leaders as well as civic and religious leaders to hold events to commemorate the occasion. We encourage all citizens to use their influence to organize and support programs that honor the Constitution. And resources for holding such a celebration may be found at www.nccs.net. So I need to check that site out. I don't know, maybe we could do something about this. I don't know. But United States corporation doesn't want you to have this and know this. That's why they don't enforce these classes that you're supposed to take every year. And they're not going to give you these rights. When you go to court, they're not going to bring this up for you and tell you, oh, you have rights. I can't charge you for speeding. You know, I can't let you go. You know, I can't just dismiss this ticket just because you have constitutional rights. You have to reserve them. You know. So anyway, now I'm just going on. I'm gonna finish getting my fuel and get out of here. Go deliver my second load.